Okay, next thing we're going to talk about is this man named Thomas Aquinas. Thomas Aquinas. Thomas Aquinas figured that there were 5 ways to prove God's existence. Alright, but we're only going to go over 3. So let's number 1, 2, 3. Whoops. First one. First one is motion. First one is motion. Motion. His argument was the unmoved mover. He says everything is in motion. That the natural state of an object is only at rest, and everything is time is moving infinitely forward in one direction. And he's saying that there is a unmoved mover. There's a mover at the start that began the whole motion forward, and that must be God. His next was causality. This argument is essentially the same as the motion argument. He's saying that there is an infinite forwardness, there is a constant causality going on, which means there must have been a beginning cause, the first cause, and that uncaused cause was God. His last argument that we're going to go over is called governance. Governance of the world. Governance of the world. This argument is essentially intelligent design, meaning that the laws of the universe are so complex that they are so infinitely incomprehensible that there must have been a creator. There must have been a designer. And that designer being God. That designer must have been God, the governance, the governor, the creator of the world, of these laws. Now there are some counter-arguments to these. The first one, the counter-argument of motion. The counter-argument of motion being Newton. Okay, this one is not the third one. That's my bad. I meant to say, and I meant to change this as a 5. The first counter-argument to motion was Newton. Newton said the natural state of an object is both at rest and in motion, and nothing is needed to start time. So said Newton. Causality, the unmoved or the uncaused cause, was the Big Bang. It doesn't necessarily have to be God. For the third one, the governance of the being, evolution explains this perfectly. And there doesn't need to be a designer. There is a form of the argument for the governance of the world called Paley's Watch. Paley's Watch being that if Paley said that if we're on a beach, for example, and we were to come across a watch, and we had never seen a watch before, we would assume that there was a creator, that there was a designer of the watch. We wouldn't say that this watch occurred naturally. The counter-argument to Paley's Watch was put forth by Hume, and Hume agreed with Paley, but he said that we wouldn't assume there to be one creator, that there would be numerous creators. There would be a creator for the specific cogs. There would be a creator for creating the metal. There would be different creators for the different aspects of the watch. And if that's the case, then there wouldn't be one God, one creator, but there would be several. So that was Hume's counter-argument to Paley's watch, and yeah. Tutes. Tutes.